Hello my treasures, it's time for a very spicy Hearthstone deck. This time it's going to be Heritage Mage, centered around Aegwynn the Guardian, who gives her own death rattle to whatever minion that you draw into. And with Knights of the Frozen Throne rotating back in, this is the perfect time to try a deck like this because we've got both Simulacrum and Serenite Chain Gang with ways to duplicate the death rattle without having to run a very bricky secret package. And I figured because we can actually use the duplication factor of Simulacrum to get powerful Battlecries off multiple times, why not try out Prince Keleseth in this deck too? Though if you really want to, you could cut him out along with Sir Finley to replace them both with a Frozen Touch. This will allow you to have an easier access to OTK your opponent spell damage that you're actually going to generate. But I really wanted to try to use Prince Keleseth in some deck before he rotates back out again. And while this deck isn't the best mage deck in the world, it is incredibly fun to actually play. I still ended up with around a 45% win rate across the 20 games that I actually played with this deck. For the Mulligan guide, you are looking for cards like Suspicious Alchemist to try to generate some 2-mana direct damaging spells, Wildfire to increase your hero power, Prince Keleseth to increase the stat lines of all minions in your deck, Arcane Intellect so you can draw through your deck, Frostweave Dungeoneer so you can draw a spell, Snapdragon to buff up all your Battlecry minions, and finally, either Reckless Apprentice if you know it's going to be an aggro-based matchup, or Aegwynn the Guardian so you can get the ball rolling with her death rattle. That all being said, let's look at some games. Alright, game against Mage. I'd be incredibly shocked if this is going to be a mirror match, but nothing really surprises me in this metagame right now. Okay, this opening hand actually looks incredibly good. We're probably going to get rid of the Chain Gang. Okay, getting Fireball instead, which is actually pretty good because we have all of our minions in the deck and Prince Keleseth already here. Turn 1, we're probably going to use Wildfire though. Then turn 2, we'll use the Prince. Drawing into Arcane Intellect, really nice as a top deck. So that does give us a turn 3 play. Hey, that's actually pretty nice for us, especially if we can guess it right. Ooh, I'm assuming they're probably going to go for Frozen Touch or Counterspell, so let's go for the spell that we actually really want ourselves, just in case. Perfect, exactly what we want to see. Okay, we drew a minion. A little bit of shame that we don't have it in our deck, but it is what it is. The nice thing about Simulacrum is the fact that it is a frost spell, so that actually does trigger the Dungeoneer too. Oh, perfect. Exactly what we want to see. Sure, we don't have a coin or anything, but I still really like that. Though getting the second Arcane Intellect off of the Dungeoneer is a little bit annoying. Okay, Blade Master. I'm assuming they're probably going to try Minion. Or maybe Spell. They don't necessarily know what we're playing. And we can use the Twin Fin to test this theory. Okay, so it is actually Spell. This is going to infuse our Frozen Touch. Okay, so they're going to gain a little bit of armor. Ooh, 9 armor. Okay, so that's probably Rune of the Archmage. Here's the second Wildfire. Let's just use it. That's 3 mana. We can attack into that, use our hero power, and pass the turn back. We could have used the Frozen Touch there, but I kind of want to keep it just in case for later in the game. If we can get a bunch of spell power, it would be real nice. The Sunwell is a card that I forgot that was 9 cost. That makes a lot of sense for someone to want to run that. I actually thought about running it in this deck. I just don't know what I would take out for it. Maybe Sir Finley. Because Sir Finley doesn't work the way that I expected him to. Let's just put down Aegwynn. I'm never going to pronounce that card's name correctly. I'm just going to randomize what I call it every time, I guess. Or maybe I did get it correct. Let me know, I guess. It really is Malagos at home when it comes to cards. Because I love spell damage decks, which is the main reason I keep trying to make this deck work. I'm shocked I haven't actually uploaded a deck like this in the past. Okay, they're going to give themselves a coin, but they also can give us a coin. Ooh, Reckless Apprentice. I kind of just want to get the death rattle on another minion, so we're going to do that. Hope they can actually kill it. Oh, first Simulacrum and the other Reckless Apprentice. Actually pretty nice. We could even use the Simulacrum on the Apprentice to get additional hero power usage. The only downside about this deck and using some of the hero power package is the fact that you can't actually run Fire Eye really easily in this deck without lowering your consistency on the death rattle. Okay, so they have a 9/9. You have a 4 damage on board. +3 from the hero power. Ooh, Magister actually is pretty nice. In theory, at least. Let's actually see what we can grab. Ooh, I should have used the flurry before I did that. I'm going to take 9 damage because I didn't. Oh, well, we can use it afterwards. And we got exactly what we needed to see. Getting a Twin Fin with the Death Rattle. And while it is the lowest minion in our hand, is insanely good, especially with the 2 Siluracrums in a hand. I actually kind of maybe should have ran Commander in this deck so we could have got additional copies of the Siluracrum, but oh well. You live and you learn. I didn't want to run a card like that mainly due to the fact that we only have so many spells in our deck and it wouldn't be the easiest thing to always trigger. Okay, let's put down our first one of these. That's 2 Death Rattles in the pool. Then we have 2 more in hand. Or 4 more in hand, which is absolutely insane. If we can actually get the same minion to have all of the Death Rattles, that is 12 damage, which is actually incredibly good right now. Okay, so we drew into Multicaster, so we're not going to be able to do that. A Twin Fin number 1. We're going to get rid of the Elemental first. Then we're going to use Twin Fin number 2. I don't really care about losing both minions here. We're just trying to prevent them from killing our minion or polymorphing it or anything. Ooh, Snapdragon's probably not the best target, but I'll still take it. And the second Snapdragon, okay. Imagine if we still had Baron Rivendare in the metagame right now. Or Standard, I mean. Rune of Archmage, let's see what they get. Hopefully it isn't any type of polymorph. I don't mind if they kill the minion, as long as it's not polymorph. Okay, okay. Perfect. Exactly what we wanted to see. Okay, there's Counter Spell. Knowing me, I probably don't really pay attention to that, but you never know. We're going to probably play the Snapdragon that doesn't have the Death Rattle first, just to be a little bit extra safe, though. Okay, they're going to play down Varden. It's not going to really do anything for them, though. Puts a body on board, I guess. Ooh, Brann is actually kind of funny, especially because he's going to get some of the Death Rattles. Okay, they're going to get 2 additional copies of that. I'm glad we did it this way instead of the opposite way. 5 damage. Let's see what we can generate here. Okay, Arcane Overflow. I definitely did not actually check for Counterspell. Now that I'm thinking about it, this is the game where I try to use that spell with forgetting that Counterspell was already on the board. You live and you learn. Okay, they're going to put down their Snapdragon. That should give them a Rune of the Archmage. Okay. Ah, Solid Alibi. Not a card I want to see. Especially because we could probably get almost full combo off next turn. Come on, kill the Snapdragon that actually has the Death Rattle. Aw. Okay, they draw 2. Perfect. Theatar is dead. Exactly what we wanted to see. I really should have used the Flurry here first. I can't believe I didn't use the Flurry here first. Sometimes when I'm doing these, I'm doing it late at night, and then I just forget to pay attention, or I'm doing something on the other monitor. I think that's my biggest issue when it comes to playing Hearthstone right now. A Reckless Apprentice doesn't actually do anything. It does put them in lethal range with their current hero power, which means they're going to get an Elemental. They have 61 HP. Okay, Sunwell, number 2. Alright, let's see what we can drop deck. And that isn't anything really nice. Let's use the Reckless Apprentice. I think this should get us the trigger. Let's draw 2. Yes, 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 yes. We got it. Exactly what we need for next turn. We don't really need that, but it's fine. Okay, they burn the Dragonfire Amulet. We're at 48. Please don't hit anything that we need. Perfect. Exactly where we wanted it to hit. That could have been really bad really quickly. Okay, so we have Brann and Chain Gang, which is 7, and then we have Perfect. Oh shit, 31 damage. I don't think I've ever seen a spell that high. Alright, time for a game against Demon Hunter. Opening hand technically doesn't look like the worst one in the world, but I think we're going to get rid of everything besides maybe the Dungeoneer. We might get rid of that too, to be honest, just because, sure, it's draw power, but this isn't completely necessary. Chain Gang, again, not something I technically want to see yet, but Flurry is actually pretty nice in a Demon Hunter matchup. It depends on what the Demon Hunter deck actually is, though. Alchemist. Let's see if we can get anything cool. Flame Strike, just future proofing a little bit. Let's see if they can actually guess it correctly. I don't mind if they actually guess it correctly, as long as it isn't mass polymorph that I give them, because that can backfire really, really bad. Okay, perfect. He didn't guess what it was. Okay, they're gonna hit our face. Or 2. I guess we just hero power and attack them. Ooh, Flame Barrage. Gets rid of our minion. Oh, that's funny, but we're going to use the Dungeoneer to draw a card, which gives us more draw power, which is pretty good. Doesn't look like we're going to get any of the death rattles online this game, which is a little bit of a shame, but it's still fine. We should still be able to win without using it. It's just going to be way, way harder. Okay, they killed our minion. Now, do I want to use the Chain Gang because it is perfect mana curve, or do I want to draw 2 cards? Let's just draw 2. Brann's nice, I guess, to protect herself. A school teacher. Kind of curious what they're going to generate here. There's a lot of things that could be really, really bad. Flurry. Flurry number 2, actually. But we don't have much mana to do anything else. We can use one of the Twin Fins just to get rid of this, I guess. Actually, no, let's freeze it and then just put the Twin Fins down and hope they don't have some type of AoE to clear them both out. Or if they do, good on them for wasting AoE. Poisonous. That might be a little bit annoying to deal with. Okay, there is the AoE that I did not want to see, but it could be a lot worse. I also kind of wanted to run some of the other infused cards in this deck, but again, because of Trallion and trying to have the highest minion in the deck being Aegwynn, that didn't really... I should have actually hero powered the other minion. That was my bad. One thing I will never claim is I'm the perfect Hearthstone player, because I definitely am not. I love trying to come up with creative ideas to play, but I know for a fact that I'm never going to be the best Hearthstone player in the world. And I'm not trying to be. I'm trying to have fun. Because that's the most important thing to me, to be honest. Now, do I want to use the Flame Strike? Or do I want to wait until they overextend with a bunch of other minions? They're coining something out. Oh, a weapon. Okay. It really is a shame that Demon Hunter didn't really get anything out of the cards rotating back in. I mean, they didn't exist back then, but it would have been cool if they maybe made a, you know, Demon Hunter Death Knight card just as a one-off. Sure, it's going to rotate in a month, but would have been nice just to give them a little bit of something and a reason to actually build a Demon Hunter deck right now. Since rotation, I've gotten Priest, Warrior, and now Mage done. So I think Hunter might be next on the list. Okay, they're going to overextend with a bunch of minions. We do have the Magister in hand, which is guaranteed us to get a Flame Strike, which would be incredibly good right now. Ooh, Wildfire could be tempting, but we're going to use it after we use this, because this actually deals with the board. And we'll draw 2 too, I think. Ooh, Prince, okay. Wait, is this going to be the one game where I duplicate him over and over again? I don't think I did it in this game, but it could have been. I wonder. I don't think I actually did that in any game. It was always a backup plan for the spell power package, but okay. Oh, that could be really bad really, really quickly. Okay, we're gonna have to do something incredibly stupid next turn, I think. Because we're only at 7 HP. Oh, there's Chingang. We're going to double the Battlecry there. And then we're going to double this Battlecry to get 4 or 3 taunts up. Because honestly, that's the only thing that can really do. We need to somehow kill them before they can kill us. We're at 7 HP. They're Demon Hunter, which is a class notorious for being able to output a shit ton of damage incredibly quickly. Okay, please don't hit Brann. Perfect. So we're going to have the Chingang number 2 next turn. Ooh, actually, we could duplicate the Reckless Apprentice, maybe. It's going to be a 50-50 between the two, but that could be actually really useful. Ooh, Twin Fin, also really nice. Let's duplicate the Twin Fin. I don't think I meant to do it like that. I ended up doing it. Okay, that kills that. Then we can kill that there. Then let's kill this. Yeah, let's do it like that. And then we can guarantee lethal on that. We just need to make sure that they don't have any type of AoE, but Demon Hunter usually doesn't. There are some really fun Demon Hunter AoEs that you could in theory run, but most people don't. Anybody? But yeah, I think Hunter will probably be the next class, doing some type of Hunter questline deck, using the Death Knight card to get infinite zombie beasts, and then maybe some secret package thrown in there for a future side, or maybe just do Secret Hunter. I don't know. We'll see what I feel like doing. And then Warlock, I think it's going to be some type of big demon deck. Big demon Vander, probably. Whenever I get to it, to be honest. I don't know. Quest Druid might also be really fun, because it does have 2 new cards in it too. Okay, they still can't kill our Brann, which is really nice. That's also pretty good. Let's use the Reckless Apprentice. AoE everything here. Not going to get any honorable kills on anything, but that's perfectly fine. Honestly, I was really just worried about clearing everything out. Fireball. 3 damage here. Let's draw another spell. The second fireball, perfect. Ooh, wildfire too. Okay, we just need to survive this turn. All we need is one more turn, and we have lethal. As long as they don't have some type of lifesteal to gain a shit ton of HP. And this is why you never leave Brann up for multiple turns. Okay, topple the idol. Come on, don't give them anything that big. Actually, give them something really, really big so I don't have to deal with it. Perfect. They only have 2 mana left. 1 mana. They're attacking. Doesn't look like they have it. And now we win with 2 fireballs. We could have also hero powered, but whatever. Okay, time for a game against Priest. Oh, Prince in our hand again. That's actually pretty nice. Multicaster might be the only thing that I would want to mulligan away, to be honest. Making Prince look way better in this video than probably is needed. I don't mind this hand. Sure, we have a bunch of 3-cost cards, but 2-drop is pretty nice for turn 2, or we could even coin him out on turn 1. It is Priest after all, so I'm assuming that they're not going to play a bunch of aggro minions early. Let's just pass it back to them. And to be honest, if we were really greedy, we could just wait to use this until next turn and coin out the Siluracrum and then get a double Battlecry. I don't actually know if that came up in any single game that I was actually playing. It was always the intention to try to do something like that, but I don't think I ever needed to. Okay, putting down the Snapdragon. Because usually it was just better to try to duplicate something that had the Death Rattle on it. Especially if it's something like Chingang or Twin Fin. It's really weird that we keep getting minions like that, but I'm not going to be too worried about it, to be honest. I would be incredibly shocked if we didn't see something like that in this newest set coming out. Something like Reborn's trigger twice, and then this deck has another chance of living again. Sure, it's going to rely on your opponent to actually kill your own minions when you actually want them to, but still, might be a fun little deck to revisit in the future if a card like that does get revealed. Sir Finley actually doesn't do what you think it's going to do. Turns out, when you shuffle all the cards at the bottom or to the bottom of your deck, it doesn't actually count as drawing new cards. And I knew that lesson before because I tried to use him in a West Demon Hunter deck when he first came out, and then I was really disappointed in the fact that he didn't work the way I wanted him to. We're going to shuffle everything back into our deck, mainly because I'm going to be looking for the Death Rattle and see if we can actually grab it. No, we did not. We do have a little bit of draw power though, which is nice, and we do have some freezing power, which could also be really helpful. Okay, interesting that they're using that card. Italian actually gets us into the minion that we really want. We're going to put him down. We're going to go face and pass it back. Oh, they're silencing everything. I actually really wanted that Death Rattle, to be honest. But to be honest, out of all of the cards that they could have silenced, that's probably not the worst. Okay, draw 2. And use Flurry. We could also use Twin Fin to get rid of all of their minions here. And then we could draw another card. But we could also just buff up everything in our deck. Confuse them a little bit more. We do have a lot of draw power in our hand. Oh, that's not a card that I want to deal with. If we get Sir Finley to actually attack into it instead of our Snapdragon, we might be in a good... Oh, perfect. Exactly what we needed to see. A multicaster. Draw 2. See what we can grab. Oh, 2 spells. I think we're actually almost out of spells. I can freeze this so it doesn't become a problem. Let's use multicaster. Draw 3, I think, at this point. Perfect. Exactly what we needed to see. Let's see if we can get a direct damaging spell. Let's go for Siphon Mana. I'm assuming they're probably going to assume that we're going to take Breakfire Amulet, but that actually would just backfire incredibly big if we did take it and they guessed it right. Direct damage is the second best, so. But our deck does look like we would take the Breakfire Amulets just because it would give us board pressure. Oh, that could be really annoying really quickly. I tried to make a deck with her work right before Knights of the Frozen Throne rotated back in, but she felt a little bit too slow. I wonder if she would be really useful now. I don't think I got rid of the backup footage for it, or maybe I did. Actually, I did, so that will probably never see the light of day. We'll try to find some other priest deck to do before everything rotates back out again. Oh wait, no, we already did priest, so we probably won't try to do something with priest again. We're just going to freeze this out once again. Having the 6/6 on the board, we just need to make sure that they don't have any silences in hand. I don't care if they kill every single minion on our board. That's perfectly fine. I just can't live with a silence. Well, I can, but I don't want to live with a silence. Okay, they're gonna heal. That's perfectly fine. I'm okay with them killing everything like that. I didn't think they could do 10 damage with that turn, but it's whatever, I guess. Okay, now we need to deal with the board. Oh, Chain Gang actually getting the buff. Let's get 3 minions out. We're 1 damage short from actually being able to do enough. Ooh, freezes for everything. That's really nice. Okay, if we can somehow have Chain Gang actually survive this turn, we have all the lethal damage we need in the world in our hand. I don't think it's going to happen, but we do have it. If it does somehow. Okay, that's fine. Ooh, that's also fine. I don't know why they did it in that. Oh, I guess they wanted to heal up a little bit. They haven't had any death rattles actually die yet. Shame that Brann is dead, but we're still fine. We did get the combo off. Okay, they're gonna freeze. It's fine. What did we grab? Magister. That's actually kind of useful. Can we grab a minion from the bottom of our deck? Come on. Perfect. A 1-drop minion. Exactly what we wanted to see. We do have the 2 Simulacrums to actually duplicate them. Yeah, let's just power their face a little bit. It's going to take us 2 turns to actually finish them off like this. But we're in incredibly good position. Oh no, they're going to get the stupid Colossus minion, aren't they? Or they're going to get the Elemental. I am kind of shocked by that. Actually, I wonder how many minions they run in that deck. Okay, Light It Burns, gets rid of our minion. It's fine. Prayer. We're going to have to get rid of it next turn. Do we have the mana to use both? Oh yes, that would be 10 mana. Yeah, I think that's how it would work. Oh, but we shouldn't do that because we really do not want that to live for an additional turn. That seems like an incredibly bad idea. We can play one of these down just to see what we can grab. Oh, Pyroblast is really, really funny. But I think Flame Strike is probably the better bet. Maybe go for the... I don't know. Let's go for the Flame Strike. I think they'll probably think we're going to go for the Pyroblast, and then we just trick them into getting nothing, which is exactly what we wanted to see. They're at 35 HP. Come on, kill our board. You know you wanna. Okay. Okay, that doesn't do anything yet. Okay, let's duplicate the one in our hand. Let's go for Pyroblast. That's 18 damage and 14 damage. Then there's 4 damage there, 18. I think this should be lethal. And it is. Alright, now that we're through the games, let's discuss my final thoughts of the deck. Overall, this deck was a middle of the pack deck. However, it was incredibly fun when you actually managed to pull it off. I loved trying to make Aegwynn the Guardian actually work in some style of deck. This is an idea that I've been floating around with for quite a long time, but I end up scrapping it each individual time. However, with Serenite Chingang actually rotating back in and Simulacrum, you actually have a completely easy way to duplicate the Death Rattle over and over again. I think I had a 15 stack of a Death Rattle on one of my minions in one of these games, which allowed me to do 31 points of damage to my opponent, which was absolutely insane, and the entire reason why I didn't end up scrapping this deck in the long run. It still did end up with a 45% win rate across the 20 games that I did play, which was higher than I expected. And while this win rate isn't actually positive, I still really want to recommend this one, mostly due to the fact that the cards that make this deck work as well as it actually does are going to be rotating out pretty quickly here. And it is a really fun deck to actually try to pull out 31 plus damage in a single turn. Sure, you're not going to be able to get it off every single game, but when you do, it's going to be incredibly fun, and most people aren't going to expect a deck like this out of Mage right now. With that all being said, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, bye-bye.